Morse code, help me.
Morse code. Come on.
Fun fact, I don't know what Morse code.
SOS. Please, someone help me. Thank you.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Be afraid. Be very afraid. See dead people.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Here's Johnny.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Welcome to Talking Horror with Jamie and Nikisha.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Nikisha, and this is Talking Horror with Jamie.
And Nikisha.
Where we share our love for all things scary and talk horror through the lens of human behavior. Welcome, everyone.
Or maybe it should be like, Morse code, help me.
Morse code. Come on.
Fun fact, I don't know what Morse code.
No.
I bet you couldn't tell. I bet you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I was following you. I knew what those letters were. What an interesting thing. Well, Jamie is doing that because today we're talking about the 2026 survival horror film, Send Help.
Oh, wow. You know what? You're so done.
Huh?
Yeah, you're so fired.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Where are you going?
Wherever the fuck I want to go. Make my own camp.
Oh.
It's not so hard. See some leaves and some fucking sticks. I've seen you do it enough.
Well, I wish you luck. And I'll tell you where to send my last check. Second coconut tree on the list.
SOS, please, someone help me. Thank you. So this movie was directed by Sam Raimi and written by Mark Swift and Damian Shannon. Jamie's just very excited about Sam Raimi. Let's have a pause for him. I'll give you a moment. But it is very exciting. Also, a side note that I did write down, for some reason I forgot that he also directed the first 3 Spider-Man movies. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I didn't put that together because I love them, because Tobey Maguire will always be my Spider-Man, but that's a millennial take.
Oh yeah.
So Send Help stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, and obviously heavy spoilers. If you have not seen Send Help, drop everything and go see it right now.
Yeah, in a theater.
Do it.
Do it in the theater.
The theater.
Give it some money and then
Help
come
yourself.
back.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Help
listen to us talk.
La la la.
So, heavy spoilers for that, and Jamie is going to list all of the trigger warnings.
All of them.
Yes.
Okay, so there is a plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of deaths related to the plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
Bullying. Big animal death.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, lots of blood.
Mm-hmm.
Some puke.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Eating bugs.
Bug eating.
Gun use.
Mm-hmm.
Death.
Yes.
Heights.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything? I want to be as thorough as possible.
Oh, faux castration. Yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't real.
It didn't happen. Yeah, and being stranded on an island.
Yeah, poisoning, drowning.
All those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ripping good time, guys.
Woo!
Great. So before we get into everything that is Send Help, producer Brian is going to offer up just a couple of words.
Yeah, just a few. Hi, my name is Brian. I want to tell you to follow us on @TalkHorrorPod on TikTok and Instagram. follow us there, where we do other things related to horror. A few words.
Amazing. Those are
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Beautiful
Words.
words.
I'm going to use the rest of my words during the plot stuff.
Oh, well, here we go. You want to get into it now? Let's do it.
Oh no.
What's the plot?
Producer Brian has 2 minutes to give us a plot summary of Send Help. Jamie is going to time him.
Yes, I am. All right, Brian, are you ready to give us the plot, or do you need to send for help?
Oh
No, listen. What I learned from the movie is something you just got to help yourself.
Hey, all right. Oh, now 1 minute. Ready, steady, go.
We meet Linda, who is a corporate strategist and is expecting a promotion to VP. She does not get it when the CEO dies and his son takes over. His name is Bradley. And Bradley is disgusted by her, Dylan O'Brien, the tuna on her face. And so he's basically going to fire her. But they can't do a specific presentation without her because she's actually incredible at her job. He promised her a promotion to one of his douchey bros. So they end up taking her to Singapore with them so that they can, she can present the work. The plane ends up going down and only she and the CEO, the boss, Dylan O'Brien, Bradley, end up on the island. She is obsessed with Survivor. She has all these Survivor skills. So she does an excellent job on the island. He is a piece of shit, never did anything for himself type of white boy. And he lives on, and he just is fully and completely reliant on her, not only in that way, but he also gets hurt in the plane crash, and she kind of revives him, brings him back. There's some back and forth. She ends up seeing some people trying to save them, but she kind of hides from them because she wants to stay on the island longer. She is thriving here. They go back and forth. She kills the boar, and then he poisons her. He tries to escape. He gets washed away. And then his fiance comes onto the island still looking for them. She ends up killing the fiance as well as the guide. And then he finds a fiance's hand. They fight. We find out that she found a beach house on the island and has kind of been using that as her command center. And she ends up killing him, and then she eventually gets saved and becomes the CEO of the company, and is living her best fucking life with her bird sweetie. And that is Send Help. You gotta help yourself.
You gotta help yourself. Wow. That was excellent.
That was excellent timing.
And that's the plot.
Excellent work.
I was really fucking locked into that one.
You were
yeah.
from the top too.
Yeah, I just I needed to do this movie justice in the plot description, and and this did not feel like and then a slasher kills 10 people and this is the ending. There's actual things that happen in this movie.
Yes. Yeah, you brought out all the important points. So let's get her done with our first segment, Trick or a Treat, where we let you know right off the top, was this a trick? Wasn't our bag, didn't like it, or we don't know how we feel about it, or we're pretty neutral about it. And treat, we absolutely loved it.
Trick treat.
So producer Brian, trick or a treat?
There's no question about this one. This is pure treat. I don't think you get more treaty than this.
Treaty, sweetie treaty.
Sweetie
Jamie,
treaty.
What about you?
Treat.
Yeah, treats all around. We're handing out treats all around for this one. It's excellent. Here you go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, there you go. Yes, Jamie is offering a treat for our YouTube viewers if you are watching.
Well, hi YouTube. I didn't do that before.
YouTube. Yes. It was fine. You were just locked in because you were ready for the plot summary. So
I was
yeah, you're still recovering from it.
I know. My heart's racing.
All right. Well, let's all just gush over this movie for the next couple of minutes in our likes and gripes.
And now our likes and gripes.
I want to go first. So I'm
going
to go first. Okay, I just want to first off make the point that because of this podcast and because of the Evil Dead Sam Raimi episode train that we went on a few years back, I appreciated this movie so much more because I was familiar with Sam Raimi. So I just want to express my gratitude.
Yay!
Let's
go!
Yeah,
because there were. Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
No.
Oh, okay. Just because there were so many very Sam Raimi-esque things that because I knew how he directs, like I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Like what? Could you tell us
like,
what?
Yes, the zoom-ins on the face of the things I loved. I loved the throw up scene. Like and just the beautiful blend of horror and comedy. And there was actually an Instagram post that I saw before that was just a Venn diagram of like horror and comedy and why it works so well together. And I think Sam Raimi is one of those people that does it justice. Because there were some things that if I wasn't familiar with him, I would think, why this? One of those things was the boar scene, because it's like heavily CGI'd and it's so obnoxious and there's so much blood, like for no reason other than and he just keeps bleeding, but that's his point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is a characteristic of how he directs, and you know, I think,
and that's where we got the point of view shot of the boar going through, like,
of the boar,
Sam Raimi point of view shot,
exactly, yes. But even before that, when they're in the office and they have the zoom in, like on Linda's, like the tuna fish,
on the cheek,
like, on the cheek,
lip, the mouth,
Linda. And I think if I would have saw this before, I would have been like, oh my god, why is it just such bad CGI? But it all fits the tone. And I don't think that everyone knows what movie they're in, right? And we talk about this a lot, where there are actors who might be in a different movie than other actors within the same movie. But I feel like everyone was on the same page, so much so that it really created something fun to watch, but still exciting and adventurous of like, how are these people going to survive this thing? So
but also
that's where I want to start off.
And purposeful.
Absolutely.
To say. Yeah,
it does have something to say, and that's another thing, the moral high ground of it all, and kind of deciding for yourself, like, oh, how would I move about in this situation, which we talk a lot about with human behavior in horror movies specifically. But I think this one, you're right, Brian, has an actual point, because who are you rooting for, and who do you want to be rooting for after you keep learning more information about these people? Because at first it's like, oh man, everyone's just so down on Linda. Like, get your lick back, Linda. Go forth and do whatever you want to do.
Get your lick back.
Get your lick back. But then you keep learning the things like about her husband, or about how she's navigating, like keeping all these things from Bradley so that they're not rescued because she's thriving. I also want to make a point that I think how female rage is depicted in this was really fun as well, because some of the times it's like, well, a woman would not react in that way. Like, a man wrote this and it's obvious, but it really feels like, oh, I understand why Linda is making all of the decisions that she is making. The people are peopling in this, for sure.
Everybody was peopling in this movie. And something I just want to bring up right off the bat is I think one of the most genius things about Linda's character and what the movie does with that is you have those quick shots of like the survival books in her house. Yes. And I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit, admittedly, when I was like, oh, is this just how like she's just like surviving? Like, this is like her thing, like whatever. And then to bring up the fact that she's obsessed with the TV show Survivor and she's applied, and that is why she has those books, is brilliant. Truly brilliant, because like people fucking love that show. Corporate people love that show. Like, that there's something about that show that like really, it's 25 years, 50th season, like people have sunken their teeth into it, like, and that really worked for me. I saw an interview, apparently Jeff Probst was supposed to be in the end of that movie, but they couldn't get scheduling because he was like doing a season of Survivor. My assumption is that it was going to be like at the golf tournament or something like that.
I feel like that would have been right.
But what a bummer. Anyway, I just think that bit of information, and we'll tie it into her backstory momentarily, but like,
yes,
I just thought that was just like a pure script writing piece of genius.
Absolutely, because they're going like 10 toes deep in it, right? It's not one of those things where, oh, we know that they're going to be on an island via the trailer. So here we are showing you the books that she's going to survive in this thing. It's like, no, we're not only showing you the books, we're showing you that she applied, right?
What a good
for the thing. So
yeah.
it's excellent all around.
And the video was amazing.
It was.
It was.
It was so good. Like I can't. I love it. I also love that this is set, or at least when they start, in October of 2026. I don't know if you saw that on their calendar, but just like spooky season, I just love that it was October at the time too.
Oh,
like,
sure.
This is all going on. Just to go back to Rachel McAdams, I love how they try to make her not look attractive, but she's
literally
just
said
so beautiful.
I said that to Brian, like in the theater.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So I think, yes, that's always funny.
Yes.
Always funny. I will say, I personally think that this movie or she and the costume designer and Sam Raimi do, and even the cinematographer for shot composition, do an incredible job of making her as a not social at work, like not playing the game type of person at work, feel real. Like, yeah, she's wearing like the kind of baggy clothes where like she feels like she's dressing up for work. You know, she's, you know, the tuna fish, obviously, but it also just her, like, it's the acting, it's her demeanor, it's her confidence that that leaves all of that empty. And then when she's in just her underwear on the beach or whatever it is, she's feeling more confident. And I think she did lose a little weight, like, for that sequence because they haven't been eating. But like, just the character arc, the physical work she did as an actress in the character arc of just like where she holds her spine and her shoulders and like how her happiness is affected into her body is beautiful, amazing, and to me justifies her as like the unwanted at the beginning, if you will.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the physicality, which is makes her such a great actress, because to have that shift, and it, you know, how we hold tension in our shoulders, or where if you're in an uncomfortable situation, like how you hold your body, but then because she's like out and thriving, like on this island, doing all the things that she, you know, has been wanting to do, she is more relaxed, she is more confident, and she is like holding herself up in a more confident way, because she has created this space where she can be that, and she kind of like she knows what her worth is there on that island, which is also a thing, because Bradley obviously can't do all those things. And I also, yeah, go ahead.
She also knows her worth in the office. She just doesn't have the confidence to follow it up and she knows her how she has leverage on the island, but because they're now kind of on her turf, they're not in like, you know, bro turf, like she's able to find a little bit more confidence in that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, it's all of it is just so great. I won't gush about this too much. Some of my favorite just random quotes in this, when she said, "I'm taking a sick day," after the whole debacle with the fiance and stuff, and I just thought that was excellent, genius. I also love the back and forth of like Bradley trying to escape and poisoning her, but then like her actually poisoning him, and him just realizing his failure in that, and he just really gets his just desserts in this, and it's also very nice. But then it's also that moral like complexity of, okay, but like, are you gonna try to get off of the island? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, how much torture are you gonna give to this person who does deserve it, you know? But is there a point? Is there a cap to this? And I love that it's just kind of in the air for that. And the whole, of course, the house twist scene of it all, I'm like, absolutely yes, times a million. When she said, "Do you really think a knife would wash up on shore?" Like, because she found it in the house.
I thought the same thing, but I was like, I believe Linda. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, she knows what she's doing, obviously. So if something did wash, I was just thinking like, whatever was on the plane, like plane bits
Yeah.
or whatever, just washed up.
Totally.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she got a knife from there.
Yeah. And also, just to go back to your first quote, the like, I'm taking a sick day. Something I like about this movie is that it never loses the constant of the office thing, of the power
Yes.
dynamic, and like using a lot of those like lines to just remind us like where these people know each other from and like how that dynamic was. I kind of equate it to like, we talk about themed slasher movies like Thanksgiving or Hard Eyes, where like a lot of those movies start with like really all in on the like holiday and then kind of like lose that towards the end, whereas like this one starts out with the corporate, the structure, the power imbalance, and this one never loses that throughout, as just like kind of the backbone of what they're trying to do here.
Absolutely. Even to the point where she was like, I'm sure I'd be a much nicer boss than you, in that whole scene when she poisoned him and all that stuff. I also love the quote, "Don't ever mistake my kindness for weakness," because
Yeah, I
it's
love
like,
that.
yeah, girl, take your power. Absolutely. And Brian already mentioned this too, but the no help is coming, so you better start saving yourself. Like, that might be a little like toxic on the heavy independence thing, but you know what? Like, I vibe with that.
Yeah.
No one's going to help you. Like, help
this
yourself.
movie's over the top anyway, so like I'm
Exactly.
down for like the motto being like plastered at the end of it. And she's also running a book, so it's not like it's like
right.
It's not like the Wolfman conversations where it's like, this is the theme of the movie in our intimate private conversation.
Yes,
like
yes,
that was
yes.
that was her marketing her like her story.
Her story.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's like the majority of things that but I absolutely loved this movie from start to finish. I thought the tone was great, the humor was great, the twist at the end. I mean, it was just very entertaining from start to finish. But also, y'all know I love gore, and it was very gory. And even the jump scare, that's what I was gonna say, the jump scare with
the zombie
yeah, which also felt very Sam Raimi, like zombie of it all.
Yeah.
I thought that was excellent. Like, that absolutely got me. And yeah, great acting, great. The Foley the sound design was excellent, especially with the faux castration of it all, and the rat. Like,
so good.
Did anyone think of Hard Candy during that scene?
Yes.
No.
Oh yeah. Have you seen Hard Candy?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should. We should do it. We should do it on this podcast.
Excellent. No, but I did have a feeling, I'm like, she's not really doing this. Like, my girl Linda's not that bad. and then I was like,
well, I was just like, why? What would be the motivation of doing that in that moment? Like,
right.
I don't like. I could maybe slightly buy that she's like, have like doing this as a form of like, now he's going to serve her, but like, I also just don't think that aligned with like her character.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm happy that she, got what she wanted at the end. And
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah, girl, live your life, do what you do. And when she kept saying, I'm not accounting, I'm like, what, strategy and planning, and how all of that makes sense with especially the end scene of there not even being bullets in the gun, because she knows that he would probably get the gun.
Yeah.
And just like how her brain works. It just fits like what her job description is, and just having that constant reminder of like, yeah, she's always going to be 10 steps ahead of you. That's what she does for a living. That's what she's been doing this entire time, you know, but no one has given her the chance to like get promoted and all that stuff. So she has the opportunity to showcase really what she is capable of. And it was just really fun to watch. So yeah. Jamie, do you want to go?
Sure. I love this movie. The end.
Yes.
Of the episode.
Right.
No, I did love this movie. I'm so glad that my prediction of this being one of my favorite movies so far is right.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, I love Rachel McAdams. I thought she was going to be incredible. And again, I think she's like, you see her arc over the course of the movie. I haven't watched Teen Wolf or really like anything that Dylan O'Brien has been in, but fuck, he like was all in, and it was so impressive. You could see how much fun he was having with like everything, like just really leaning into like this douchebag asshole. And like, yeah, it was just a really fun, disgusting performance, and was very engaging for me.
He was really good.
Yeah.
Like, Nikisha mentioned it. He's just like, he got it. He like, it clicked, he got it, and they were all in the same movie, and their chemistry was through the roof.
Yeah. It was so interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh, I saw this. I don't remember what the Letterboxd score is, but I remember looking at some of the reviews, and one of them was like, only Sam Raimi could make a plane crash both terrifying and hysterical. And I was like, yes, like that is exactly like, it was the most like over the top plane crash. And then also like the guy that was like, give me your seat, and then like getting stuck on the side of the plane when she like stabs him,
and then she closes the window shade on.
Oh my god,
so good.
So like I think that is very spot on. But that's, Nikisha, you mentioned the tone. I think that Sam Raimi really excels at blending a comedic and a like scary tone together, and like the pacing of everything really works. He knows when to like kind of switch moods and make those adjustments. So yeah, he just makes such a fun movie experience. But there's something else I was going to say about that. Oh, Nikisha, you also mentioned like all of his like zoom cuts and like all of those things, like just I think it's Raimi-esque is so funny. But just like his style.
Yeah, because he directed it.
Yeah, that's Brian, have you told that story on here?
I think so. We walked out of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and the two bros in front of us like, that was so Tarantino-esque, and I almost lost my mind. I'm like, yeah, you know why? Because he fucking directed it. It's not like Jimmy Crack Corn directed it and it felt like a Tarantino movie. Like,
exactly.
The man whose style that is directed the movie whose style you're saying it is. Like,
so it's not esque.
The only director that I could argue where you could say that's very Tim Burton-esque is a Tim Burton movie that like feels like the studio was like, hey, can you just do like the Tim Burton thing, as opposed to like, anyway.
Yes, that's a good point.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I just like I've always loved his style, and it's always fun just to like see it progressing across his filmography, all the way back to Evil Dead, through the Spider-Mans and all of that stuff. Like, it's just, I feel like in the current state of horror, like a horror icon within this field, like making like a truly great scary movie, just like feels really optimistic, like, it's just, I just want
also,
no,
original, but also like less budget. He made a huge Marvel movie, made huge Spider-Man movies, and he's like, I'm just gonna like make Drag Me to Hell on a lower budget because this is what I want to do. I'm gonna make this movie on a lower budget because this is what I want to do. It's not like he's like, I made Multiverse of Madness and it made a ton of money, like give me a bigger one. Like, he's like, no, let's go back to my roots because this is what I love.
Yes.
And like, it's his craft, so it's like, you don't need to pay me like $1 bajillion to do the thing that like I'm actually passionate about.
Right.
But like, I would take $1 jillion.
Obviously.
No, I think you both kind of talked about like the funny beats of the plot of like the survivor stuff, and there was a lot of you know, he always has his like grotesque humor, usually around like bodies. It's not like, I guess some of it would be considered body horror. But like all of the gross things that were happening to Dylan O'Brien, whether it was like him eating a bug or him puking or everyone puking. But like him getting sunburnt and just like like when he's like foaming at the mouth.
Yes.
It's so fun to like watch Sam Raimi truly decide to beat up one of his characters like pretty intensely. Because that's, you know, what Bruce Campbell did. Also, did you peep the Bruce Campbell picture in the background of Dylan O'Brien's office? Little Easter egg. I was like, I know he's going to be somewhere in the movie. I didn't know if he would like physically be there or something like that. So that really, that was really great. A nice little touch.
Speaking of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Jamie had in the movie theater when he's standing there and you see the picture of the former CEO and it's Bruce Campbell. You know the meme of Leonardo DiCaprio being like, hey. That was Jamie. Literally, she was Leonardo DiCaprio meme. It was great. I
love that.
I just wanted to make sure that you saw it before I went away.
No, I didn't. And she definitely. And then I will say she also leaned into me like a quarter of the way and be like, oh, she's not going to want to leave the island. And then I was like, and then nailed it.
I also was really excited about that because normally Brian clocks the movie in the first 10 minutes. And I'm like, at the end, I like processed for like a half an hour. And I'm like, oh, I get it. The last thing, again, like I love the over the top nature of everything that everyone does. Even it's still grounded in reality, but it's like it feels like this hyperbole of you know action. The last thing I'll say is Danny Elfman. He did the music.
What a score.
And it was great.
I did not know that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It had that like 1940s adventure movie like score to it.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't
Jamie,
even like notice it.
Jamie, did you say that to me?
You said that to me.
Oh, I thought you did.
But that's so true, though. I could definitely get that like adventurous vibe.
Yeah,
it was great. Yeah.
But
Any other thoughts?
That's it. I love this movie. I had a great time. He's back.
I need him and Jordan Peele to figure out something. I feel like that would be a fun time.
That'd be interesting.
Go forth, Brian. Take us home.
Sure. Loved this movie. Had a great time. This was so much fun in movie theaters. Specifically, the mouth to mouth throwing up scene in a movie theater was magic. That's the beauty of the screen. And this movie works so well with the extended Raimi gross out sequences, like Nikisha mentioned, the boar, the throw up scene, like just when you think it's going to be over, like it goes a little bit longer and it just makes it so much more enjoyable. I loved this movie for many different reasons. I think that the Linda backstory sequence, that whole scene where they're telling each other their stories, where she was in an abusive relationship and then she kind of let him drive after drinking. But the thing that Jamie pointed out to me, and I wanted to give her props, Jamie to props, is that like Jamie did a great job of like explaining and pulling, maybe this is from brains, but like pulling together the fact that like, yeah, of course she becomes a survivalist and becomes obsessed with Survivor because she felt like a survivor surviving that 10-year marriage or whatever it was.
I mean, that is like what, you know, in terms of like folks who are supporting women who have been through these situations, like we do call them survivors.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I thought that really was both sympathetic, empathetic, emotionally insightful, but then, you know, you still get that layer of like intrigue, mystery, evil, if you will, from her kind of like admission there. I thought that every beat and plot point really worked for me in this one. Even when things were kind of predictable, I did not predict it, I'm not saying they were, but like, because I believed her. In another world where I wasn't believing her fully about the knife, about like, don't go in those bushes, like literally the rocks X marked a spot, but like, I still was like, you know what? No.
Fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. I loved all of that. I think she's great. And let's take I mean, I know you kind of did it a little bit, but like the breadth of Amy, Rachel McAdams' work, from everything from like comedy, like Game Night and Mean Girls, and like half of this, to horror when you get like The Red Eyes, Girl Should Never Get on a Plane Again.
That's
you have all of
real.
that. But then you have the
That's
romantic
real.
lead. Like, this woman can do everything. And she's just like always a treat in the movie theater. Like, her talent is so immense. Very cool. And so yeah, I loved so much about this movie. I have one gripe about this movie.
No.
I can't. I will never get over we've talked about this. The photoshopping at the beginning of her, like on Machu Picchu and mountains and shit like that.
Yeah.
How is a boar going to be almost photorealistic, and then like you can't fucking like put Rachel McAdams like, you know, in front of like a stadium? Like, I don't know. Like, it just I don't know. It always boggles my mind. But yeah, I really liked the reveal of information. This movie just like was so satisfying and totally worked for me. And Raimi is just the best. And the balance of humor and comedy, humor and comedy. Whoa, that's not impressive. Horror and comedy was great. Yeah, I didn't write down anything. Well, because I saw it in the theater, but I didn't write down anything. The only thing I wrote down was bad Photoshop. But aside from that, I'm sure I'll think of stuff like as we keep going. But it was gross. It was lovely. It was fun. There was a bird. Of course, she would have a bird.
Of course.
I'm glad it was a bird and she wasn't a cat person.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's wrong with cat people?
No, nothing wrong with cat people. It just feels a little too on the movie stereotype nose.
Of like single female or whatever the case may be. Totally. It's like, no, have a bird. A bird is good. Put a bird on it.
Put a bird on it.
Put a bird on it.
Yeah, that's all I'll say for now. I'm sure I'll think of something else to say when you say, hey, anything before we end the episode, and I'll write them down now.
Yes. I also want to, because you were bringing up the pacing, Brian, of this. I think, and Jamie brought up this, but I really also want to emphasize how great the pacing was, especially because they do get to the island very soon in the movie, and it could be repetitive or whatever the case may be. But I feel like the beats were all laid out so well that you're just so interested in everything that's happening on the island, and it doesn't feel like, okay, can we do something else? Can we see something else? You know? It's really nice.
And I also think pacing wise, like, I think the pacing was helpful. Like, it was good also because I thought Sam Raimi did an excellent job of like visually letting us know where they are on the beach, where everything else on the island is. So I was never like, wait, where are they? Like, if they were in here, I know exactly where they are. Something that I wanted to mention, I have another gripe. When they get on the island, she's walking on the sand, and they zoom out to reveal that they're kind of on an island. That should have been the title card.
Oh,
the title card should not have come from panning through the books. To me, that should have just been the credits, and then we crash, we zoom out, we're on an island, boom, send help, hard cut to like them on the island or whatever. That's what I would have liked. That would have been title card of the year for me.
Yeah,
if that was the case.
No, I love that. That's awesome. That also just reminded me of, this is like such a minor gripe, but more so funny to me than anything. But when the storm happens and all of their stuff blows away and they're like, oh, we got to find higher ground next time. And then the higher ground felt like a foot higher. Everything else. I'm like, that doesn't feel like higher ground, but okay, I don't know anything about survivalist things, you know, and so go for it, Rachel, go forth, Linda. But that was just a funny thing to me. I'm like, higher ground, what is this? Great. Anything else before we move on? How was your movie going experience? I know one of my friends who saw it in 4D and said that it was nuts, the amount of like moisture or water
and
or things that were like coming through them and shaking because the plane crash and all that stuff like that. So I'm like, I can't even imagine.
Yo, the
So
last
funny.
fucking
4DX.
thing that I want in a 4DX movie is a plane crash.
Exactly. And y'all know I already hate planes, already hate flying. So, but I think Brian, you mentioned, or maybe Jamie, how making it funny though. So it was still,
Jamie.
even though I'm like, oh my God, I hate plane crashes. It wasn't like Final Destination, right? It was, there were so many other factors that just made it hilarious. But also, all those dudes were fucking awful anyway. So I'm like, get out of there.
Sam Raimi is so good at like wanting people to die. Like I didn't feel awkward or bad about what was happening to her because I knew their fate. So I was like, he was just making it juicier and juicier.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, our audience was great, very into it, and we sat next to Horror with the Hannahs, Matt and
nice.
Hannah.
Yeah.
And everyone was cracking up. Everyone jumps at the zombie. Everyone was locked into that movie and met it tone wise where it was and took off with it.
Nice. Yeah. No, same. I saw like a matinee. There wasn't a lot of people in there, but the people that were in there, like, were all having a good time. It was cool. It was fun. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to brains.
Tasty.
Tasty brains. Rather that than that bug that Dylan ate. And then his tongue turned black. I was like,
I know. That's why it was so gross.
Oh, that was great CGI.
Yes, it was. That was awesome.
Because like you're really not looking at the bug, you're looking at his performance in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. No, he was in it to win it, and I love it. So my first question, we have to Billy or Stu Linda.
Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative. It's a scream, baby.
Billy or Stu?
What do you think?
So I actually think neither.
Okay.
I think that she's operating like she didn't like plan this all. And I think that her desire to not leave is not like psychopathic. I think she just has found herself thriving in that space. And like, that's why, but I don't think that she's like, I don't know, planned to torture him this whole time. I think she's just like annoyed by him, and then his behavior keeps escalating.
Right. So it's like more so he's agitating the situation when she's just trying to...
and because he's a piece of shit.
I mean, yes, he is. Well, then on that... Yes, go ahead.
I remembered something I think is brilliant about this movie also is that the fact that she mentions that she thought they were flirting at that Christmas party or the whatever party is fantastic, because the whole time it just adds another layer of tension. Like, is this movie going to end with them fucking killing each other? Like, that fight or flight, that like kiss or kill was there the whole movie. One, because of their chemistry, but two, because you set up that dynamic early. And I thought that was really cool. And I think that plays into what Jamie's answer to that question, like, definitely made me think of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that makes sense. Especially because, like you said, she wasn't planning this. She's just reacting to the situations around her. Like, yeah. So then on that same vein, because I was just thinking about her depiction of like quirkiness within the office and kind of her social interactions with her coworkers, was funny, but still just a little heartbreaking too, because they're like not into anything and she's just trying to be their friend. But also it kind of leaning into how she's acting on this island and being more kind of like dominant and forceful. So I just want to ask about how you felt about that depiction of her quirkiness kind of seemingly being maybe like a little bit of an undertone to some type of like, not mental instability, but some type of mental health thing, because she does want to stay on the island and all that stuff like that. Or do you not see that connection at all, if that makes any sense? I just said a lot of random words.
I mean, something, I guess, like, I don't know if it's like quirkiness that is highlighting some kind of like instability.
Okay.
I find the quirkiness a not consequence isn't the right word, but like an outcome out of her former abusive relationship. Because like I think there's this like fierce self-talk of like independence, but like having a hard time kind of believing it.
Yes.
And I think also like her, like we talked about this like transformation of her feeling more confident, but I don't know. I guess, yeah, I was just thinking about, I don't know. I kind of lost my thought, but
No, well,
yeah.
I'm with you on that. It's not, it doesn't mean that there is some type of mental instability going on there, because I just think about movies that depict, you know, for the most part, mental illnesses, and somehow they try to make it rooted in like your personality traits, right? Or like the outcast, and it's because you know, if the outcast ends up being like the serial killer in the situation, and like those types of connections. But here I hear what you're saying. It's not necessarily that, like, she is just reacting out of life situations that have led her to become a survivor, and the island kind of transformed all of that traumatic experience into her being more confident and, you know, kind of driving the ship in the moment on the island. Great. And then also connected to this, I just wanted to ask, do you think that mental health has a large impact on personality traits? Like if someone like being introverted or extroverted, can that kind of tie into like if someone has anxiety or depression, and that like kind of shows up in how their personality is, like whether they are like an introvert because they might have anxiety or whatever the case may be.
That's an interesting question. Good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
Good
Thank
question.
you.
Good question.
Yes.
I think yes. Like I think, well, I guess it's also like whether we defining as like, this sounds like a dumb question, but whether we defining as personality, because are the ways that people are behaving as a result of mental health flags or like, you know, stuff like that, is that a symptom of a mental health issue, or is that, you know what I'm saying? Or is that a personality characteristic? Like if somebody is anxious around people, maybe they're more introverted versus like just being introverted personality wise. But anyway, maybe that was getting too in the weeds on that. But I do think that you know, anxiety or depression are impacting like how you're functioning. So like
for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then the last question I have is just about the monsters aren't born, they're created of it all. And just how we can not fall into the hurt for hurt, or like feeling like because of our traumatic experiences that we pay that forward, as opposed to saying like, you know what, I'm not going to be like what like with Bradley's situation, his abusive mom, and so you know, they're trying to have that be the excuse of why he's an asshole, and it's like, well, no, you can just like try to not be an asshole. So yeah, how can we just kind of break that chain?
I mean, it's the nature versus nurture argument, right? It's like, what impact does you know, someone's identity is impacted by like their surroundings, or impacted by like predisposed genetic whatever. I mean, that's like a hard it's hard to like, how do you separate them? But I do think like, you know, you can certainly mitigate the created by not being an asshole, right? Like let's try to make as supportive an environment as we can, even if they, you know, have any kind of like predisposition to being a monster, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Just don't be an asshole, everyone.
Just don't be an asshole.
Just
Be
don't
empathetic. Be kind, you know. Yes.
Rewind.
Yeah.
Be kind, rewind. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Great. That's all that I have. Should we Rotten Tomato in this?
Yeah, let's do
Rotten
it.
Tomato.
Let's do it.
It's the Rotten Tomatoes game.
All right. You said it. What do you think this has? What do you think this has on Rotten Tomatoes? Jamie.
89.
Nikisha.
Oh, I want to go higher. I'm going to say 96.
93.
Okay. Still good. Still good.
And it
Heck yeah.
has an 87% popcorn score.
Okay.
Popcorn.
All right. Critics' consensus is putting director Sam Raimi's penchant for diabolical mayhem to great use, Send Help doesn't need any assistance in thrills thanks to a very game Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, along with a viciously clever script.
Agreed. I also think it's funny that he's like obsessed with her movies. Like all the interviews that they've done, I watch all of them.
Yeah.
They're so charming. He's so charming. And he's obsessed with the hot chick, the movie.
Yeah.
And he would like quote it to her, and she was like, "What are you referencing?" Like she didn't even remember. And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this movie."
That's so
sweet,
fucking good.
though.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
I love that.
We should also say that these writers wrote Freddy vs. Jason,
Oh yeah.
the
Friday the 13th remake.
reboot,
Yeah.
and the Baywatch movie.
That's
I was
nice.
like, who are these people and how did they get
How did we get from
here?
that to
So
that?
here's my theory. These guys worked on 3 very big like studio budget movies, and there's no fucking way that they were the only 2 people to write those movies. Like there were probably like the studio notes and this and that. To me, this one is like these guys writing something that's more them, and then Sam Raimi working with them to like add a little bit of his flair to it. And and you just got to find the right collaborators, right? Like, and it clicked. That's my theory on those guys.
That makes sense.
But to go back to the audience consensus is Rachel McAdams is Linda Little in Send Help, a Raimi delivered unhinged survival horror that keeps you guessing and laughing, and you best don't confuse her kindness for weakness. That feels so AI written.
It does. Yes.
You know, like it's like
say.
Rachel McAdams plays this character in this movie. It is a survival thriller that is unhinged. It keeps you guessing and laughing. And here's a quote from the movie. Yeah, totally. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Letterboxd. I just saw that Letterboxd name right now is Letterboxd XCX for the Charlie XCX movie.
Oh.
The moment. It's supposed to be really good.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think this has on Letterboxd? Again, this is out of 5. So 0.0 to 5.0. Nikisha, you get to go first this time.
4 flat. Flat full.
Okay. Jamie?
I was gonna say 3.6.
It has a 3.5.
Damn.
What are y'all doing?
Because I was like, oh, they're gonna be like a little bit more strict because I feel like people are obsessed with Sam Raimi or they're like pretty meh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. These are the top 3 reviews on Letterboxd. At number 3, can we just pause for a moment and appreciate the fact that it's 2026 and Sam Raimi just made an original R-rated horror movie, not a remake, not a sequel, not based on a board game or a breakfast cereal mascot. The movies are back, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 2, dude, you survived 3 Maze Runners. Get it together.
Yeah, I've never seen Maze Runner.
Me either, but that's a great.
I watched them. And number one is a visual. It's an emoji. It's a big emoji, like block that spells HEPL.
Oh, nice.
That's funny.
That was really funny. I forgot about that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. There's a review here that says good times, emphasis on goo.
Yeah. Love that goo.
Great.
Cool. Should we do our 4 S's?
Yeses.
Skull, scare, shakes, and suggestions. The Talking Horrors 4 S's.
Okay, the 4 S's are skulls, scares, shakes, and suggestions. This is how we rate the movie. Skulls is how well it handles mental health and human behavior. That's 1 out of 10. Scares, how scary was it? And then shakes, is this a one and done? Can you shake it off? Or is this, you can't shake it off, this one is just staying with you for a while. And then we'll do suggestions a little later. Jamie, why don't you start us off with yours?
Sure. For skulls, I gave this a 9. For scares, I gave this a 3.5. And for shakes, I gave it an 8.5.
Nice. Nikisha.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 9 for skulls. I'm going to give it a 5 for scares because of the jump scare and because y'all know I hate planes. So,
okay, fair.
And then I'm going to give this a 10 for shakes. Like, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh,
I keep
shit.
texting all my friends to go see it.
You know what?
Like,
Bump mine up to 9.5.
Whoa!
Nikisha, I watched this movie like 12 hours before I got on a plane.
No.
Yes.
And I
I'd be like,
leaned
"Not
over to
today."
Brian at one point and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have watched this before I'm getting on a plane.
Nope.
I think that's
I
what I
have to
said. Like,
reschedule.
Rachel McAdams has bad plane luck.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Not you, Rachel McAdams. So.
Yeah. Mine's a 949.
Yeah.
949.
Good stuff.
This is great. I think this is my number 1 of the year as of right now. If I look at my letterbox list of horror movies. Oh, I didn't rank them yet. I've seen 6. Looking at this just off the top of my head, this is 1. Bone Temple Get Boned is 2. And Primate is 3. That's where I'm at right now.
Oh, yeah, Primate was so fun.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I remember I got taken out on a date to go see
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's right. Good date
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Good date.
Good date. Yeah.
Good date. All right, who wants to go first with suggestions?
I'll go.
Cool.
I think we might have done both of these movies on the podcast, but the first one, obviously, because of getting stranded on an island, Sweetheart.
Oh, that was one of mine too.
Yeah,
we've watched some good
one.
deserted island movies like over the past couple of months.
Yeah. And I immediately thought about that for suggestions. I'm like, yeah, what is that movie again? Yeah, Sweetheart.
Yeah,
and then quirky female who's dominating over males and you know, taking hammers to ankles. Misery.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a real good one.
That's it.
Jamie?
I mean, mine is really just like watch every Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah. Very true.
So Sweetheart was on my list. However, I have 2 Sam Raimi movies. One, if you want something like in the vein of this, Drag Me to Hell. The other one is A Simple Plan. That is a movie from the late 90s that he directed with like Bill Paxton and Billy Bob Thornton. It is not a horror movie. It is a like morality play, if you will, about these 2 brothers who find money. One of them wants to keep it, one of them doesn't, like, and the craziness that ensues. I'd never seen it before, and I watched it this past week. Just because like I hadn't seen a lot of non-Raimi horror or superhero stuff, so I wanted to like make sure I watched that. Even some of his not as great ones, like For the Love of the Game and some other ones. Yeah. So if you want more Sam Raimi as like a drama director, try that. And if you want more of this, Drag Me to Hell, which is one of my favorite Sam Raimi movies. Like it's like Evil Dead 2, Drag Me to Hell. Like I would even say this now, Spider-Man 2, like that kind of stuff.
Aww,
cool.
The Spider. Now I want to rewatch the Spider-Man movies.
We did that
so
during the
good.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. We watched all of them.
Oh God!
Like
even the animated ones.
Yeah,
we have
that out by
those.
then?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. We watched all the Raimis, all the Mark Webb ones, or the
Andrew Garfield
ones, the Tom Holland ones, and then we watched the 2 Spider-Verse movies, which are fucking great.
Yeah.
Or one of them during the pandemic, and then we watched another one that came out. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. Doesn't matter. Spider-Man.
I love it. Wait, did Andrew? Sorry, I'm going to keep you on this tangent. Did Andrew? He only had 2 Spider-Man movies.
2 movies, and
then he was in the when all 3 of them were in there. Okay.
Yeah, they only made those movies so that Sony can retain the rights.
Okay.
Because they have to use the character in a movie every X amount of years or whatever it is, so they had to make one. And he's great. He's a great Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Nice.
Cool.
Great. Well, that wraps up our episode of Send Help. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Talk Horror Pod. And producer Brian, where can they listen to us?
You can listen to us wherever you get podcasts. So that's things like YouTube. Hi, YouTube. That's also places like Spotify where you can listen to us. And of course, Apple Podcasts. Rate and review us there. 5 stars, please.
And
thank you.
And don't just rate us, comment, interact with us on social media, engage with us, ask us questions, write reviews, and we will read them on the air. Just go all in, and it makes us feel good, but it also helps the algorithm, but it makes us feel good like we matter. Anyway, send help. No, this was great. Thank you. That's all.
Yes. I don't know how to end. How do you want to end it?
SOS.
Yes.
Right.
Someone help me. It's not help. What's
the feel this way?
What's the ABBA SOS song?
No clue. Sorry.
No.
Why can't I think of the tune right now? There is one. It's great.
Oh, okay.
Mamma Mia. Should we just sing Mamma Mia? They were on an island.
Said ABBA?
Yeah, they were on an island.
Oh my God. Okay, enough.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Send help.